Welcome back to Comrade Rates, the glorious People's Democratic Podcast. I'm here with Tomasz, Samuel.
Is that a North Korean accent?
No,
You sound Israeli.
It's vague, European, Eastern sort of bloc.
It's just Borat.
Yeah. And we have Alexia and Alex.
Hello.
Is that the correct pronunciation?
Yeah, is that
Should
it?
be, is it?
It's Alexa.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, you're talking about mine.
Right. Were you talking about Alex?
Alex.
No, it's Alexa.
Alexa, okay.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Thank you for clearing that up.
you.
And thank you for coming on the podcast.
No,
Hey,
Thanks
cut
for
the
having
music,
us.
Dave. Cut the music.
Yeah, let's cut the music.
Thank you.
Fade it out.
We got another 10 hours.
Oh, true. Yeah,
That's what we're
okay.
talking about.
Well, 10-hour podcast. I don't know if anyone's ever done that. So
I think Kai Cenat's on a few.
true. Yeah.
You cluing up. I like
In a
that.
way.
You guys are kind of like the Australian Kai Cenat.
In a way.
Yeah,
in many ways.
Expand on that if you could.
You all have a podcast?
Does he even have a podcast?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Well, Alex and Alexa, was that the right pronunciation?
Yep. Yeah.
Alexa.
Every time.
Are YouTubers. And for those who don't know them, maybe you give a quick overview of your channels. So we got Boy. I describe that as you're laughing, but you're also learning about the deep state in some way. Would you say that's correct?
Yeah. That's
very
correct.
nice.
That's the nicest. Yeah, nicest way to describe Boy.
Laugh
Yeah.
now, cry later.
I think he usually just says like communist propaganda for idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
that's
couple of
pretty
gay
good.
jokes in there, and
Very nice.
that's
Yeah.
about it.
Keep it fair and balanced.
Yeah.
And we have I Did a Thing, which, and this is my summary, is just modern day Mythbusters.
That's pretty good.
How would you rate that?
Yeah, modern day Mythbusters, but just really bad.
Dumb, no myth
Just
involved.
no myth. Just me hurting myself.
No myth. No myth, but everyone busts. We actually recently met the creator of Mythbusters the other day.
No.
Which one?
That was with Peter.
What was his name?
Oh.
Peter something.
He's
Wyman.
Australian.
Like a secret guy.
Like he
Like
came
not
up
the
with
two
the idea.
guys.
No, he was like the first 6 seasons. He like came up with the concept, pitched it, found Adam and Jamie, and then was creating it. And then he got like somehow kicked out or something.
Oh, he got zucked.
He got zucked. He basically got
really?
zucked out of Mythbusters, and he was like jaded
they-
about it. Peter, was it Peter Weiss? Reese.
Yeah.
What was his idea though? He just came up with the name Mythbusters.
Well, and
That
like
was-
testing myths,
Like
urban
scientific.
myths, and seeing if
He
they're
said
true.
they didn't have a name. So he didn't even come up with that. I don't know.
He just found two guys.
discovered that.
That's what he did. Like,
He was responsible for the Enlightenment.
Yeah.
He discovered the scientific method.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Well, so we got a couple questions for you, just rapid fire questions.
Oh, yeah. I
like
just
it.
so you know, people who aren't up to speed get to know you a bit. We learn a bit more about you. Some are for the both of you, some are for individuals. So what do we got first? All right, this is a little group one. As men who have been to North Korea, hence the beautiful music at the start, what's the most underrated aspect of King John's rule?
Underrated.
Or something that you'd bring back here.
Something that
I
you'd
would
bring-
say
Yeah.
the food. Because
Really?
everyone always thinks they're starving. But we got
But the stuff
fed.
they give tourists is amazing. in fact.
so good.
Really?
It was amazing.
was
But
really
I'm
good food.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it was just brought straight from China, though, on the train. Or they're taking
No.
food away from everyone else there. But the
Yeah.
food was
Really
great.
good.
What sort of food? What
It was.
what do you remember?
They had like the best kefir I've ever had. Probably because like the regulations different, but it was like the most off milk you could possibly.
It was
have.
like alcoholic in the morning.
Yeah,
it was
like
fucking
solid
amazing.
clumps.
Okay, yum.
It was just like it's like what you want from kefir here, but they won't let you have it. Like, they won't let you get that close to botulism.
Barely
Also their kimchi as well. It was like you would get whole
Kim Jong Chi.
cucumbers. Yeah, that was the brand name. Whole cucumbers just like pickled and like fermenting.
Damn,
Fucking great.
For me, what I'd like to bring here is when you go out in peak hour, like in the morning when everyone's going to work, they have cheerleaders for work. So like everyone's in like peak hour, they're all stuck in traffic, and they would bring out like high school students, and they're all like in the little frocks, and they're like, let's
Like
do work
hyping-
today.
hyping you up.
Yeah, they're like,
get
we're
you
gonna do
excited.
a great job.
And playing dance music as
Yeah.
well. Like in the morning, I think it was like 6 or 7. they just bring out these giant trucks with like a giant Yui boom on the top and just play to the whole city. And everyone just gets hyped up. They're like, time to work.
I wonder if we could get like a personal one for us in our like sort of different hours. They roll it out like 11 a.m. and go like,
Internet creators, this one's for you.
You get a 4-minute session here. It's gonna be nice.
Dave, do you reckon DM can plumb us in with a couple of hype men before we come to the office?
Depends if you accept that gambling deal or not.
Yes. Offers us a deal and we said no.
We
said no?
That's a line we're not going to we'll cross any other ethical line.
That's
I don't know about
very
you and your
ethical.
ads, but
Yeah, because we've always said no gambling ads, but I think if someone paid me enough,
Oh yeah.
what's
what's
the
enough?
number?
like enough that I would never have to do YouTube again. If someone gave me 10 mil.
Yeah,
Because your job sucks. And you don't wanna do it anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
If someone gave me
It's
10
real.
mil, I'd be like, I'm going to take that gamble. 50% of people are going to hate me.
Yeah.
But also maybe it's an amazing gambling website. You know?
Maybe it's the one where you win. that elusive website.
Maybe it's ethical gambling,
Yeah.
it's like non-profit gambling. All the proceeds go to like some sort of charity or something.
Gonna make you the house.
Well, I feel like everyone who sponsors us is kind of bullshit.
No, that's the thing.
Apart from my favorite
Brooklyn Ginger.
Ginger beer.
Yeah.
Ginger beer.
Yeah, yum. But it's
Clip that.
but like, I don't have any kind of like strong feelings towards any of the advertisers. So I feel like I probably could do a gambling one.
What about Odoo?
I love
I love Odoo.
I love like
Odoo.
not even joking, it's the best.
But they are
I don't know
amazing.
what the software is, but
sometimes-
like they do. They're so relaxed with the ad reads.
Yeah, because sometimes I
Because-
watch your guys' ad reads and I'm like, surely they don't like this. Surely they're going to drop
Sometimes we send them a script that doesn't make any sense. We send it to a guy, he comes back and makes it even less sense and goes, say this. And we're like, we will say exactly
I
that.
think they might be like a Saudi company. I don't know.
Saudi company with
They've got one guy that they've outsourced everything to.
Faisal.
Yeah. And for everyone we know who's with Odoo is always with this same guy. And
Great
you send
guy.
him a script and he edits it and makes it incomprehensible to the back to you. And we're like, jackpot. Now it's funny. We're like,
exactly doing the jokes for us.
yeah.
But no, every sponsor you do, I think is bullshit. And like we've always told our viewers that as well. It's like, no, we don't like any of these people. It's like we're only doing this because they're paying us. Except
This one's
Brook-
good.
We can't
Say
agree with
Brook
that.
Fest.
We can't agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I say that, but this is
This is
great.
delicious.
This is
Wow.
different.
I've already finished my can, so it must be good.
Now, as another thing that might get you in trouble with sponsors, for you, Alex, you've made a giant Beyblade in the past.
Yep.
Very dangerous.
Yep.
And maybe this goes for your other inventions as well. Do you keep them around the house and do you ever repurpose them?
So some of them I do, like the Beyblade, just because it looks so aesthetically pleasing, I have kept. And I've wanted to put it on something else, but there's not actually many uses for a giant
Saw blade.
Beyblade.
Maybe like mowing the grass or something?
Yeah, but that's just kind of a Beyblade again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
So I'm like,
true,
what
yeah.
else can I do with it? It's just everything's Beyblade. But a lot of them, I kind of started a thing where if I'm
Oh, you did a thing.
That's so cool. Yeah, good one. If something's like very dangerous or very potentially illegal, like I will always destroy it and throw it away before I release the video, which
Then
is
you can't get caught.
advice for anyone.
Yeah, that's good.
For any crime you want to commit.
Any crime,
Destroy the evidence.
yeah.
But it actually works. I was chatting to a lawyer and he's like, do you do that? And also you can do a thing. If you make a gun, did you know I'm legally allowed to make a gun? I can walk into a police station and give it to them and say, I made this gun. I don't want it anymore.
I'm
They can't-
really sorry.
And I can't get
should-
arrested.
Have you done that?
You should
No,
do
because I'm too scared to walk into a police station with a gun.
No, you should do a video seeing how many guns you could bring to the police. just make 20 of them.
Oh, I
and see
made
if
another one.
I'm so sorry.
I'm popping these things out. It's too
I did
easy.
it again.
Didn't realize this was the gun.
My 3D printer's stuck on that setting, so it's just made so many.
You start seeing New South Wales police carrying tampon guns around on the daily.
Yeah, that is a follow-up question. What is your relationship with the police like?
I don't think it's bad. I think it's like
it's a bit-
they've
it's a
only
bit
ever come
bad.
to my house once to search for the tampon gun that I made,
Okay.
which was very offensive because like I think the video before they arrived, I had made like what would be considered like a dangerous gun.
Yeah.
But they
But
came.
not. But it's not.
It's
But
not.
it's not. Yeah.
For the record.
It's not. It's not. But they came for the
consider
tampon
was very
gun.
important.
Could be considered. A lot of weight on that.
But they came for the tampon gun, which was like just essentially an overpowered Nerf gun.
Wow. Okay,
And I was like, okay, strange thing to pick.
So they didn't have any woes about the like massive jet engine.
No,
that,
you're
like-
allowed to build a jet engine. You can do
Really?
that, yeah.
No noise complaints from the neighbors.
There were a
Okay,
lot.
there
Yeah.
were, yeah.
Apparently, they the neighbors right behind my house, they were having like their kids over or something, and apparently the windows of the house were shaking. And then when the neighbor came around, the first thing she said to me, she's like, "Alex, enough is enough."
Oh,
And I was
no.
like, very fair though, like very very fair.
Oh, that is funny. Another topic change, one for both of you. So you're both Slavs, right?
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
What do you reckon is the most Slavic thing you do on a regular basis? Or
Oh, I know
I
yours.
don't- what, cabbage?
Eating off food.
Yeah.
you don't want to put it to waste.
all the food
fermented.
I eat is rancid. I just have a really bad economy. Like I buy things that are on special. I don't like to throw things out, and then like it becomes this rotating sequence of like I have to eat what's the most urgent.
Oh,
And
it's
so,
a triage
all the
list.
fresh stuff goes to the back, and all the rotten stuff comes forward, and then it's
You
just
gotta
like,
stay one step ahead of your
yeah.
fridge.
And it's like, yeah, no, I can't. It's just it's a Sisyphus kind of situation.
Alexa has a meal that's famous in our house. It's called poo poo salad. It was what was it? It was
It's like
sour
cabbage, sardines,
anchovies.
No,
Raw
that'd be
onions?
crazy. Not anchovies.
That tastes too good.
Had a lot of stuff in it. Yeah, I don't know. I just
It literally
Real-
smelled like shit,
real
and he
sticky
was
guy.
having diarrhea after every time eating
But
it.
then I'd have to throw it away if I
Yeah.
if I want to solve this problem. I have to throw away the food, and that's
Did you eat it?
I tried a bit of it. Yeah,
What'd you think?
it tasted better
Better-
than it smelled.
Okay.
It gives you diarrhea though.
Well, you know,
It's
it's just more efficient.
Yeah.
You don't have to have it like bothering you too long. It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
like,
True, it's in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Stay
can be
skinny.
good when you're busy. Just jump on diarrhea.
Exactly.
Get
Yeah.
out.
You have to eat your meals on the toilet, and then you've done. It's
Go
two
straight
birds with one
through.
stone.
Yeah.
And if you ever need to get like a colonoscopy or something, like I'm sure you could.
I'm
just,
ready.
like-
Any day of the day, I'm empty. Yeah.
Pipes are
Always
clean.
clean.
Yeah. Have you guys got a colonoscopy before?
No, I really want one.
You
I had
want
one
Yeah,
recently.
they're bad, right? They're like the preparation's bad.
Oh yeah, I did shit on the couch a little bit.
Oh no!
Did you?
This one?
Just a tiny, not this couch. I hadn't realized the laxatives had kicked in yet, and
And it's actually just when they kick in.
when they kick in. Yeah, you really know it.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right,
I
Alexa.
love-
I have a question for you. Sorry, did
That's
I just
me.
interrupt something
No,
important?
it's
wow.
fine.
Don't answer this one.
I
Did
won't.
you pronounce that right? Just do that again.
Alexa,
No, nice.
I have a question for you.
I'm ready.
Who is the best leader that the CIA has couped? And I can give you like a couple options if you like.
Okay. Yeah, give me some options.
So we got Iranian Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh.
Oh yeah.
Mossadegh.
Yeah.
Democratically elected Guatemalan President Jacobo Arbenz.
Okay.
President Salvador Allende of Chile.
Okay.
Or Indonesian President Sukarno.
Oh.
So
That is classic.
that is there's a lot of classics in there, like Allende.
Got robbed, but that's okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he would have been a winner, but he's not part of the competition. That'd be between Allende and Sukarno. Maybe Sukarno because he was hotter
Yeah.
and he was
okay.
like really good at having sex. It was this
Really?
whole thing. Yeah.
Was he the one where they made the fake porn video of him and then they spread that around? Yeah.
They made I think like CIA wasn't like keen to kill him straight away.
Yeah.
They want to see if there was like a nicer method.
Nice of
And they made a sex tape. So they had was crazy. They had Bing Crosby. Crosby. Yeah. No, but they had Bill Cosby. Playing Sukarno.
Fake it. They just followed him
For some
around with
reason,
a
they
camera.
had Bing Crosby because, like, I guess he had some Hollywood connections and he had access to a studio and whatever. Team up with some porn director to make a porno where they had a guy, like a Mexican dude, in like a latex mask as Sukarno having sex with someone, and the person he was having sex with, the porn star, was meant to look like a handler that he had in the Soviet Union that he had an affair with. And
double deep fake.
yeah, it was
OG
crazy.
deep
So
fake.
the idea was they post this, and Sukarno's meant to think that the Soviets had filmed him having sex, and like it's like a betrayal.
So what? They're just betting on that he actually had sex with this person.
Yeah, I think he did. He had sex with everyone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was like he was crazy.
He just comes out, he's like, I'm gay.
but what backfired because he loved it. He was like, we need more copies. Yeah, he wanted to disseminate it to everyone in Indonesia to be like, look
Disseminate,
how
yeah.
I fuck like a porn star. Like I'm so good at
Wow.
this. Yeah.
I fuck like Bing.
Yeah. No, actually, that's him.
Well,
I guess.
yeah.
I also think they deserve points for replacing him with a guy named Suharto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people would be like, the same guy.
It's like the Indiana
Porn star
Jones
as
like
well.
weight swap. It's just like no one will notice. The traps weren't
I guess sex
engaged.
tapes normally do propel careers. You know,
Yeah.
Kim K.
True.
Yeah.
Paris Hilton, was she?
What's Paris up to? I don't really know.
I think she's running she's trying to like get outreach for kids who get kidnapped by their parents. You know, like when people go to brat camps in America.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Really?
What's a brat camp?
Oh,
Like,
dude,
it's
these things are crazy.
Yeah, it's I guess like rich families with like out of control kids, instead of like what a normal family does, they would pay someone to kidnap their kid and take them
To correctional
to a
facilities.
camp.
It's always like a cadet car style camp
Yeah.
with like a sergeant,
But
like
it's
a drill
like,
sergeant.
but it's like the camps, they sign it off to them. The camps are now the legal guardians. So like the kid is just there until they're 18. They usually get like sexually assaulted. So it's horrible. But she was one of these kids. So her.
Paris Hilton?
Yeah.
Really?
You
And
haven't
she's
watched
still
you guys
misbehaved.
haven't watched that documentary? She's still misbehaved. She had sex. She's still misbehaved. What is wrong with you?
She learned nothing.
Naughty parents.
That's the first thing they tell you. No sex tapes.
That's
Didn't listen.
Wow.
So is that like in American movies? I've never understood. They're like, we're going to send you to boot camp if you keep like rebelling against the system. It's like, is this what
That's
that
just
meant?
a real thing.
What
That's
did
not
you
like,
think boot camp was?
Well,
Where
I
you
thought
go
it was
and make
actually
shoes?
go to the army.
Shine your shoes, gun.
And I was like, what? How can they get like a 15-year-old in the army?
No, aren't they like military academies where it's like,
But can you go there when you're 15?
I think so.
yeah, I think
Well, I
so.
think-
Yeah.
There was this whole thing, and like I don't know if I'm misremembering this, but there was like an operator called White Star. I think it was in Utah. Ended up like just rogue. Like some kids died.
Like
Yeah.
one of those boot camp things.
Yeah, and this guy like he just moved countries and kept operating.
Really?
That's
We
crazy.
can Google that later.
So the demand was so high that he could just like
Franchise.
Yeah. But he owns all these kids. You can take them with him.
You're going with me.
the Pied Piper.
onto like a cruise ship or something, just like the Titanic. Wow,
That kind of reminds me. Do you guys remember World's Strictest Parents? That show
That's a great show.
where it would just be like it'd be like a misbehaving kid in like Penrith or somewhere in Australia.
That was an Aussie show.
Yeah, I think so. And then was it? And then they would
I
just
think they
like,
did a spin-off, yeah.
and then they would just swap you. Like if they were misbehaving, they would swap you with a parent in like South Africa, and you would just go there. That's the episode I remember. They got sent to like Johannesburg, and there's this like crazy mum just being like, and that's supposed to somehow like get them into line. I don't know.
Just
There for like 2 weeks, and you're like, no smoking, no drinking. It's like it's a TV show, so here's some cigarettes.
Yeah, exactly.
You're getting paid top dollar for this.
That is awesome. Well, that sort of leads us into our next segment. We wanted to. Would you guys say you're a fan of conspiracy theories?
I love them.
Yeah.
Love them.
Love them. You reckon you've heard a lot of them?
I reckon I believe in all of them.
All of them. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Well, we wanted to find some really niche ones and just see where, like, what you guys rank
the
them
thermostat.
out of 10, or maybe we can do like a A tier sort of.
Before
B
we
tier.
do that though, surely we should just rank the classics.
the classics.
Oh, yeah.
What are the like
9/11.
canonical?
Yeah, did Bush do
conspiracies?
9/11?
That one's a fun one.
I
think it's kind of played out that one
I think
at this point.
it could.
It's
It kind of makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, the fact that there had to be so many people involved and not one of those people fucked up and told someone else, it's weird there's no whistleblowers or anything.
That's true.
It's always like, yeah.
I think I caught out an undercover Bush did 9/11 person the other day because I was at this workshop and she was saying something like, she was like, I was in New York and this was in the 90s. So, before the bombs went off, I mean, the towers fell down. And it was like the Freudian slip. It's like, so there was bombs. It wasn't the planes. She was like, before the bombs, I mean, the planes crashed into them, obviously.
I guess it depends how we're ranking this because I do think like as a conspiracy theory, it's one of the classics, but it's overplayed. If it was a song, it's overplayed.
Yeah.
It's on the radio too
It's
often.
Happy by Pharrell Williams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm so sick of it. Good
Sounds
song
like-
choice for that conspiracy theory.
What about moon landing? How do you feel about that?
I think 100% real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think fake.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Genuinely?
I don't think there is a moon. No, I don't know. I know nothing about it. Never looked
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
Don't know what the conspiracy is.
Yeah.
I just feel like the trajectory of like the space race and that like the Americans are kind of behind and then suddenly they just like
You just
How do you
angry
do
because
it?
they beat the Soviets.
How do you do it?
Every conspiracy
No, but
comes
if you
down. He's like,
haven't-
how did they beat the Russians?
No, you haven't gotten every checkpoint along the way. How do you do the Hail Mary at the end?
Because you just take a risk. You're just like, well, the rocket's ready. Let's get on it and go.
Yeah, but how did you get it ready? How do you?
They just skipped some, the little shortcut. They did.
No, there's probably an answer to this. A very
I'm
clear
sure. I'm
answer.
sure.
I mean, we got to
I don't know
ask
anything.
Stanley Kubrick, who's the thought to be the director of the
Wow.
video.
Yeah.
I've got a classic, the Simpsons conspiracy, where
Oh.
they
The
keep
future.
getting stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it's one of those ones. It's like if you make that much TV,
But what is
Yeah.
the
Living
conspiracy that they
have a
somehow know?
that they somehow
Matt
have.
Groening.
every-
They're behind it.
Yeah.
I think they have like some sort of time travel situation.
Oh yeah.
some sort of strings they pull behind the scenes, to
Or
make
they
things
just like somehow were lobbied the government to put Trump in or
Oh
something.
yeah.
Well, there's
yeah.
34 instances.
34.
34.
Yeah, but how many
There's a lot
times
of
have
fake
they
ones out
said
there.
anything on The Simpsons? Probably a
Yeah.
billion times.
Right, probably around
Billion that didn't come true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. What about the pyramids, Stonehenge, etc., etc.?
I think they're
Who
real.
made them?
That's it.
Aliens or naliens, as in not aliens?
You're gonna have to say aliens, and they all piss me off so much whenever you see someone.
No
being,
one says. Do people say that?
Yeah,
this is one of the
This
classics.
is the most annoying one because Joe Rogan firmly believes the Sphinx was not built like during the Egyptian period. He reckons it was like 10,000 years earlier in the fucking Ice Age for some reason.
And also the fact that they keep saying people can't do that. Have you seen fucking Barangaroo? Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about? It's stones. If you have enough slaves, you can build anything. It's like.
That's true. It is very true. All right, let's get into some niche ones. I got to pull up my phone.
Here, I've got one for you.
Oh yeah, please
I have a theory that no one's ever won the lotto.
Oh, we're just talking about that today.
go on.
So then,
Do you know anyone that's won the lotto?
what about the people who have won the lotto?
Yeah, but they're fake people. I reckon
Actors.
it's.
Have you met
I reckon
them?
it's actors, and they keep telling people you can win the lotto. No one wins.
That kind of makes sense because you know how they say like, oh, everyone who wins the lottery ends up losing the money within a year. Like they always say like, oh yeah, it's always gone. Don't they say that?
they do.
I have heard that.
Yeah, they're always like.
So
if
why is that?
Most
Because they
people who
never
win the
had
lotto end up broke in a few years.
You know who's
I like
broke? People that don't exist.
They're broke because they get killed by the government.
they break them.
As soon as you win.
Yeah, I'm ranking that probably like a 9 out of 10.
I think that's just true.
I think it's true.
That's S
Yeah,
tier.
I believe that.
No reason not to believe that.
What about this one? Weird Al songs are the originals, and then he finds a pop singer to sing it, and if it's a hit, he releases his version.
Oh, that's
Oh, so he's like Benny Blanco. He's
Yeah,
like written
yeah.
all the hits.
I believe that because he's Serbian. I like to think that one of ours is in charge
A
of
lot
the
of
music
your
industry.
hunches are just based off you being
Yeah,
Serbian.
exactly. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
No one in Serbia has $1 billion.
There's no lotto.
Watch with the original.
There's no pyramids in Dimitrovgrad. So what's going on?
There are pyramids in Bosnia,
Which is
that's
why he
another
believes in it.
conspiracy.
Yeah.
Those are the only real ones.
Are they actually?
Not really. I mean, depends who you ask. There's these mountains there that like a lot of people claiming are pyramids, but like no one's.
That's
checked
another
it out.
classic conspiracy theory that, well, not actually classic. It's in a weird corner of the internet where people think that mountains are actually petrified trees.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, is that
Like-
Tartaria?
Yeah, the Tartarian
Oh,
conspiracy.
look at
that's a cool
those.
pyramid.
Pretty triangular.
That could
That's
be
a normal mountain.
Very sharp.
But that is
Who paid
also
you to say
connected
that?
to like a whole thing of like that there's pyramids all over the world that are just
With a battery source on
Yeah.
them.
Like-
Like power or something.
but they're mountains.
I'm so lost. What's the connection with the trees?
So there's this conspiracy theory called Tartaria, right? And Australia is linked in this. It's that there was a civilization that spanned the whole globe like thousands of years ago or something. And part of the evidence, I've seen this online, part of the evidence is that in Sydney there's like the QVB and Town Hall, and those buildings look similar to buildings in the UK.
oh, I wonder why.
And they think that's because there was once a globe-spanning civilization.
That
Wait a
loved
second.
Queen Victoria.
There was a globe-spanning civilization. Yeah. But they think it was like 2,000 years ago or something.
I mean, that's not even that long ago.
Yeah.
That's like verifiable.
Jesus.
That's awesome. That's such a ballsy theory. But
then also there was
There's an ancient
giant-
civilization
yeah.
50 years ago.
But then also it's somehow linked to that there was like in like prehistory there was gigantic trees or something that were petrified and is what we now think of as mountains.
I love that kind of conspiracy theory because it's so inconsequential. Like, this was actually what's the tree. It's like, is
But
it
also-
a mountain now? Like, yes. It's like, okay.
But also, why would they keep that a secret? There's so many things. It's like, why would scientists be like, we can't let people know about the big tree? That wouldn't change my life at all. Same with flat Earth. It's like, why do they need to hide that? Like, if from an early age they told everyone the Earth was flat, everyone would be like, cool.
Like,
Let's
well,
keep
that's
doing our
fine.
stuff. Like,
Oh, that's right. It's something. There was Tartaria, and then it was all covered up by the mud flood. That happened.
You had one of those after eating that
Yeah,
salad.
exactly. My whole life is one long fall of Tartaria.
Hey, apparently Tartaria, Great Tartaria, originated in Russia.
We're Tatarstan. We went there.
that's where my family's from.
Yeah.
Big trees there.
Now mountains or still trees?
Mountains.
What do you guys think of this? Oh, sorry. You-
No, I got nothing.
No, I'm just stuck in this-
confused
Sammy's
about
stuck in the
them.
Tartaria.
I'm just stuck in the
loop.
Tartaria,
While you're
yeah.
researching more,
Yeah, the Great Pyramids were actually Tartarian, and the White House. So that's cool.
That's right.
And
They came back for one last
Yeah.
wonder.
I want 4 pillars. Why?
They developed. They developed unlimited wireless energy. So
The office will be an oval this time. That's going to be
yeah, it'll be cool. Yeah.
ice cream button.
Do they have that?
I think
Trump has the Diet Coke button.
Bryden had Joseph Bryden had a ice cream button.
Where does it come out?
I think someone brings it.
Yes.
right.
Why do you not just have a fridge?
Yeah.
Get up,
No,
walk
no,
to
no.
the fridge. Come on.
Fridge
not
under your,
bringing enough.
look how much space is under that fucking, what's that table called? The oval table?
Well, you need someone
No, the-
kneeling there so that they can
Yeah.
suck you off,
Give
like
you-
Flintstone style. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
there a
the
button
ice
for
cream.
that?
That's the ice cream. It's Clinton's. Well, the splooge.
What about computer viruses, guys? Any strong thoughts on those?
Interesting.
Are they made by antivirus
Oh.
companies to sell you a product that is completely unnecessary?
Probably.
I think true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, where'd they all go? Why can I just, like, when I was a kid, I remember I was petrified and stuff would actually make my computer weird. Now I click on every link I can, all the porn links. My computer just runs the same. They actually got rid
It's
of
not
viruses.
scared. They're not scared of viruses anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird. Have you noticed that? No
Do
more
you click on all the
No, I
porn
don't get
links
any.
because you want a virus or
Because I want a
Oh,
virus.
just for
It's an
research.
experiment.
Just for the
Yeah.
virus
Yeah,
research.
Well, you're also grabbed by that, the text in the porn ads.
Yeah.
It's like, what, they're near me? Like,
Real 2 kilometers.
2 kilometers. How do they know
So
where I am?
close.
It's very compelling copywriting. Yeah.
SpongeBob conspiracy theory. You guys SpongeBob fans?
I actually never watched it.
I don't know this.
Okay. That was the Hurricane Katrina one. That's not it. SpongeBob related theory is that the Krabby Patties are made out of crab meat because there are no crabs in Bikini Bottom
Except
Except Mr.
except
Krabs.
Mr. Krabs.
That's not the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
What were you thinking of?
Well, if I may.
Well, he makes them out of himself.
There's the one about, because it's called Bikini Bottom, that they're all actually nuclear mutated things
that's
from the
cool.
nuclear bomb tests.
Is that not just confirmed though? I thought that.
What
Is that's not a conspiracy
I think
theory.
that's
That's
why
real.
the writer was like,
that's
yes.
real.
Well, because from Bikini Atoll.
What do you mean the writer? I thought it was a documentary.
Oh, yeah. Right. They've all become cartoonified.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's conspiracy theory. I think that's just
That's
canon.
real? Yeah,
I
that's
think
canon.
That's
Okay.
law.
Wow.
I haven't spoken to the pirate lately, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. What's his role in the whole deal?
Who?
The pirate at the beginning?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, the real life.
There's a real life
That's where the
pirate.
cameras are, because the cameras
yes.
And the-
aren't subterranean, so they have to shoot from above.
I've only ever watched the movie, the one with David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff. That's a great scene.
Wow, the Hoff.
Yeah.
Worth watching, SpongeBob. I recommend it. It's pretty
I'll
good.
give it a go.
Yes, Sammy.
Another conspiracy I heard recently is that Waymo in the States, those driverless
Yes.
taxis. Apparently they're just actually operated by like some server in India or something. There's actually just people
driving.
remotely driving them.
On like a simulator.
Yeah.
I mean, is that even a job? Because like I would do that on GDA. When you steal a taxi, you just do taxi rides. And as a kid, I was doing that all day.
Maybe that's who's driving them.
yeah.
So just getting that data and somehow plugging it into the Waymo.
That is so funny because it probably would be cheaper to hire people in India and just put a
Yeah.
webcam on your car
Yeah,
and actually come up
yeah,
with
yeah.
AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because isn't that based on a real thing like that Amazon did when they did the
Yeah, have you guys heard of this? It's like Amazon had a supermarket and they were saying that like it's AI, we have AI cameras all over the supermarket, so you can just grab any item and walk out.
Oh, we were going to do a thing on
and we'll charge your account because we know from AI what you've bought.
Yeah.
And then it came out like a year later that it wasn't AI. Actually, it was AI. It was a lot of Indians. And they were all just looking at the cameras and just like seeing what they picked up and being like, okay, that costs $10, put it into their account.
And they knew all their names. The Indians were like, "Oh yeah, Greg picked up
I
this."
think it's like
said Greg the bill.
I think it's like you scan it with your phone or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, but yeah, it was literally just like almost slave labor, just like a big room full of people,
I mean,
24/7.
I think that's like all like everywhere that they have this stuff. Because like even on YouTube, when we're like uploading videos, so much of it is manual. Like
Yeah.
you get it reviewed by the algorithm, and then the next step is always a person.
Well, we actually have some ideas for I did a thing inventions that we wanted to pitch to
That
you.
was
That's perfect.
a
I
beautiful
love this.
segue.
Beautiful
Do you feel
segue.
that one?
That was a great segue.
Because I had a
King of
thought about the Woolworths like shop and go, but I'll just park that.
You were thinking of this segue there.
No. There was
Oh, you had a
nothing there.
conspiracy theory.
No, but like I just like that segue so much. Just go.
Like, I didn't realize how stressful it was to run a podcast.
It is.
We're having
Yeah.
a conversation here.
You're
You
thinking
guys are
about
like
the
100 miles.
hundred
an hour.
segues.
What the heck is that? Notes?
Oh no, that's from last time. The notes are here. You'll see under questions. Favorite mid-range family vehicle. That's all I had.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Suzuki
And
Swift.
then
100%.
That's not
Yeah,
a family.
Yeah, it's not
These are my
family.
notes.
What the fuck is that? That's
How
not
big's your family? You don't even have a family.
I have 5 kids in my family.
You don't have kids.
You will.
I am from a family of 5 kids. I've forgotten what I have. What's that one?
You'd have a
Toyota.
Kia Carnival or
Van.
something.
Yeah, you got the long one.
You got the long
Kia
one.
Easy drives a
Carnival.
hearse.
Carnival's good.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
You can move people in that.
And you can fit a whole family in a Suzuki Swift.
Yeah.
I think the Honda Odyssey is by far and away the most premium
No, that's what we have.
and classic.
Sounded empty.
Well, the Toyota Tarago is a big up and comer.
I like the Ford Focus. Also similar to the Suzuki
Not
Swift.
if you keep saying.
Why do you guys think your families are like ginormous?
A
It's a
family
definition.
vehicle. Yeah, the definition of a family vehicle.
How many seats does a Ford Focus have? 5.
5.
Boot
max.
space.
What's
the
the
big-
average family? Like 2.5 kids?
Okay, that's a
You're
good.
not wrong, but
But a suitcase and a pillow each. You're done.
Yeah,
We're talking about the idealized family.
Your family are refugees. Where are you guys going?
It's called the Gold Coast, mate.
yes, we had some inventions
Yes.
for you.
I can go first.
Please,
I have
please
mine
do.
up. So, unfortunately, I couldn't whittle it down myself. So I'm going to give you 4 headlines, and then
Okay.
you just pick.
Can you get me one as well?
Okay, instant bubble bath,
Yep.
and then I've got hat cannon fish brackets.
Hat cannon
The brackets are made by fish.
No, just
Fish brackets.
Next time you're writing, instead of normal brackets, use the fish emoji.
yeah.
That's got something in it.
Then there's trained bird,
That's good.
and then there's the
because-
forever truck.
The
What's
train
forever
bird is
truck?
a...
Trained bird
That's
is
just the
that
headline.
just a pigeon.
It's a cormorant. Am I saying that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
cormorant, the fishing bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's already.
Oh, you
known.
trained them
Yeah.
to fish for you.
I think it's already done. So
It's
No,
already
he has
people
a-
in Vietnam do that. There's a guy that just
Wow.
owns 6 of them and he sends them out on strings. They eat all the fish and
That's
then
impressive.
they
Really?
he puts a rubber band around their throat so they can't swallow
the
it.
big ones stay
and
in.
then they go, and just throw them up, and he's like, delicious.
Wow.
This is true.
That's sick.
But I do have an idea which I like put on the back burner about training
tried
birds.
and failed.
It was going well, but then I moved house, and obviously the birds didn't follow me. But I had wild
You don't have a big
cockatoos.
enough car.
Yeah, true. Had cockatoos at my mum's house, and I made this like an ATM, and I got them to associate putting a credit card in with seeds coming out.
No
and the
way.
idea was that eventually I would move the credit cards further and further away, and then I would see what happens when I remove the credit cards.
Oh my
Hoping that they
God.
would go out, see someone's credit card, and come back and give it to me. So it'd be training birds to steal.
Wow.
And I actually got like quite far. I got to the stage where if I put the card right next to the machine, they would pick it up and put it in. But for some reason, if I put it like a meter away, the birds would just grab the card and just go and just throw it on the ground. And it's like,
And they started like ripping up the machine. They got
Yeah.
angry.
Really?
What type of birds are we
they're
talking?
cockatoos and they were
Okay.
so destructive. Like that's why it was made out of metal. At first, it was 3D printed. They literally just destroyed it because they were like, we can just eat our way through.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, cockatoos, they're bloody dangerous. You know, when we were feeding them and then you wouldn't feed them one day, they'd start tearing apart this wicker chair that we had outside. It's like mate, it's like you're holding me hostage here. Like,
Hat cannon. What
yeah, please
Oh, so you
explain.
want to do hat cannon?
Yeah, but what is that? What's hat cannon?
Hat cannon is for fishing. I can't give you more than that until you decide between instant bubble bath.
Oh, I have
hat
to
cannon,
choose.
Yeah, and
Oh,
forever truck
okay.
because I can't go.
Oh, and then you'll expand.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Ah.
Forever truck.
Yeah.
Forever truck. That's
cool.
going to be that magnet, isn't it? Everyone keeps telling me
Is that just
No.
a parody of
No, it's like a
Forever Love?
million wheeler.
No, that's just the headline I thought of.
Oh,
It's a truck
okay.
that can drive for a long time because of a simple thing you put in the back.
children?
Like a
No.
Flintstones truck.
That one's simple. It's just I thought you could put a diesel tanker in the back with the Bowser off with a switch in the cab, so you could drive and then.
Wait, you
Oh, just like a
refills.
self
Yeah,
refueling.
yeah.
Oh,
On the go, you never stop.
Oh.
So you just
sure they
carry
have
heaps
I
of
do
extra-
feel like truck drivers take too many breaks. That's one of the issues.
Yeah.
with the
And not enough
industry.
speed.
Yeah.
They really need to.
Give me a hat cannon.
Okay, so
Bracket
hat
fish.
cannon.
You've gotten all of them. You didn't choose one.
No, but he's
No,
telling me.
okay.
Yeah, we're going hat cannon. So I like going fishing in Narrabeen Lagoon. And I would like to go there and catch big fish. And I'd like to wear my hat. I like wearing my hat. But on top or somewhere is a cannon that will shoot out bait, line, everything further than I can cast it.
That's good.
And some sort of reel attachment. So all I need to bring down to the spot is my hat cannon preloaded.
Just a really big hat. Is good.
Ideally, it would be small.
What can you do?
I mean, I reckon you could do that though. You could
I
use
could?
little CO2 cartridges
Yep.
on your hat.
Shoot it out.
There you go.
So what are you doing with your hands again while this is happening?
I'd be hanging out with friends.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gesticulating.
Yeah, we're talking.
Shaking hands, kissing
Right.
babies.
Just getting to know the local people.
The tricky part would be reloading, no? Like re-spooling.
You got a reel.
Also, I feel like a major problem would be neck strength. Because if it's shooting hard enough that it's going further than, as you said, further than you can cast it, could that break your neck, for example?
Well, if I did some F1 training, a la Brad Pitt, shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
You could also just have a neck brace. Just a pole comes down.
yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
But then we're moving
excess.
outside of the remit of hat.
Yeah. And then you just can't move your head.
True.
Then you can't, how are you going to socialize with friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, gesticulate. Yeah.
Hang out.
I like that. That's
Okay.
good.
Interesting.
One of yours?
Well, I actually have 3 headlines as well, now that you've started the precedent. Instant margarita, phone cigarette, or
That's a
forced wake up. Those are my headlines.
Well, I don't like forced wake up because like that's so overdone.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Christo.
I like phone cigarette.
What the hell?
All right, phone cigarette.
So derivative, Christo. Jeez.
So basically, it's quite a simple idea, but I was wondering if you'd be able to invent something that goes into the phone charging port, USB-C for your new iPhone or an Android or an iPhone connector.
Name some more phones that
And it
have
works
USB-C.
like a lighter. It uses that to power a lighter that
That's
you can
sick.
light your cigarette with.
Like the car.
Surely you can do that because you can get, I think, lights that plug into USB-C. So
Okay.
it must be capable of,
Making some heat.
making some power.
I think while you're at it, I'm presuming this is some sort of phone case. It could
just
be.
a little-
It
like a
could just be a
little
little
dongle.
dongle you put
But
in.
picture this.
Okay.
This could be better because more convenient because, where's my dongle? Where's my dongle? Plugging it in. Where's my cigarette?
Where's
Fucking
my
hell.
banger?
What
Yeah.
if I told you it was all plumbed into the case? We have a case that holds, I'd say, 10 cigarettes,
Yeah.
right?
That's good.
And then all you have to do is click the button. It's going to light that cigarette for you and go and push it out
so
for you. All you have to do is get your lips around that thing, rip it out, and you're smoking a bum.
Oh, that's so.
That's
It
great.
looks so cool while you're on a business call.
Yeah. You're wait. And you don't have to turn it around. It feeds it directly to your mouth.
Nice curved cigarette.
fired. Not a problem, buddy.
And
Spark two.
it's just a whole system of hiding your smoking habit. So you're on a phone call. I'm just on a phone call. Feeds you a cigarette. Then it has this little vacuum that sucks up all the smoke while you're smoking
Oh,
it.
that's so good.
It's getting bulky at this
Secret
point.
smoke.
but
You
I
reckon
think
you
that-
can smoke inside with that?
That's the
sucking
goal.
in.
Have you seen the cigarettes you can smoke inside and there's no smoke?
No.
It's a thing I've only seen in Asia. I saw it in Japan. It's a little fucking tube with an element at the bottom.
Oh, I've seen
And
it.
you put your cigarette in,
yeah.
it doesn't light it. It just,
Yeah.
somehow, I didn't try it. I
I've
should've
seen
tried
people
it.
with that.
I've tried that in Europe and it somehow makes the cigarette taste horrible.
Really?
So it usually tastes great.
Normally it's like,
Famously delicious.
it's just those arsenic undertones. It's delightful.
Yeah, maybe without the harsh smoke.
I'm not
You
into
can-
it. Yeah, I'm not into it.
But do you reckon it's possible to plumb in some sort of dispensary, lighter?
I don't know. I
To
think
the
like
phone?
if you can plug a light into it, it'd be so easy to just put a filament in that just heats up a cigarette. And that's a great
It's
idea. I
that
might
easy.
do that, steal that for a short.
Hey,
It's
steal
that
it.
easy.
Steal it.
So I have to credit you for
No. Those that know will know.
Yeah, we just need a bunch of.
You just need to give it to me
Yeah, we'll
after
just
you
need
made it.
that. Yeah.
I've had this idea that I've been pitching to him forever, and he never wanted to do it.
What is it?
It's the perpetual good luck machine.
Oh yeah.
It's like a kind of harness with a bird cage on top of you, and the bird can only shit on your head.
Wow.
And then you make a video where you see if your life has gotten any luckier since you've been wearing the bird cage.
Interesting.
But I know, like, my videos are usually a bit more complex than putting a bird on my head.
Well, you could
We have different opinions of your channel. I don't know.
You could have a control where every time it shits, you also walk under a ladder. So it's like, do you get to net zero
cancel
luck?
out. That's good.
So something there.
Oh, and it's got a black cat that just circles you somehow.
Yeah.
It's
On
like
a
mounted.
string.
Swings around on a motor.
It just hits into a mirror occasionally as well.
Yeah. Just mirrors just shattering on you all the time. Okay, my invention. Now let me just go into my Mind Palace. All my notebooks right here. It was, what do I have here? Self-playing guitar. I'm just going to skip that one. I think that's basically
Someone's done.
They've got that.
Someone's done that. Okay, this one might sound pretty unglamorous, but I think it could change your life. Infinite toilet paper, but in a way where it's like, okay. Yeah, you're right.
No, I wanna hear.
No, it's just, every time you get toilet paper from the toilet paper thing, you're like, ugh, that's such an effort. And then it's run out.
It is an effort.
Then I have to go, where's the toilet paper? I've got shit in my ass. I have to go to the cupboard, get toilet paper, put it back on the thing.
Very common problem.
If we could just knock out the wall of the toilet, the bathroom, just knock out a wall, we'll probably need about a meter, just thick wall there where we can just put some sort of mechanism where once a year you put in 500 rolls of toilet paper into this room, and there's some sort of mechanism that's just constantly reloading the toilet paper, and then it just sort of like comes out the wall.
Is that like the beer can
Still
in the
developing.
fridge and you
You're
take
talking
one
about-
out and it rolls down, the next one's there?
Yeah. But don't they have that in, like, have you ever been to
Oh, they
like
do two big rolls.
a truck stop?
Yeah,
They
but
literally have a
they, like,
metal
rotate.
canister which has like 10 giant rolls.
And then it just drops
Like, you
down.
don't need 500 rolls of toilet paper. That's why that's more than one a day.
You don't need a smartphone. You don't need a dog. All right? The decadence of the West needs to keep expanding.
but Steve Jobs brought like commercial computers into like the consumer market.
Yeah.
He's doing the same thing for toilet paper.
True.
He's
Yeah,
a Steve
yeah.
Jobs of
Truck
toilet
stop
paper.
technology.
It's sort of like
Yeah.
a 6 CD stacker. Like, you finish one CD and goes, rotates it around. That sort of mechanism with toilet paper. There's something in it. There's something in it.
I do like that.
Maybe not for a YouTube video, but more just a commercial venture.
yeah. A small business.
I just
maybe.
think
You
there's
can
money to
take
be made.
something from my bubble bath where there's a pressure plate, because I was having like a pressure plate as you drive in your driveway that runs the tap in the bath and puts bubbles in.
That's pretty good.
So maybe you had a
that's
pressure
nice.
plate. So like you sit down on the toilet, it's like, oops. Well, I mean, that's probably, you would only need to put a pressure plate in the bathroom. They have like toilet seats that know you're there, like Drake's
true.
toilet seat.
Drake's,
Knows it's
yeah.
there.
Drake's toilet's pretty impressive.
Would you guys say you're more like Drake or Kendrick, and why?
Not Drake, because he did a gambling sponsor. So
He does love it. Yeah.
I don't want to say I'm like Kendrick. I've never done anything cool.
no, you haven't.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was just a
Look,
thought
I don't know
starter.
either.
Yeah.
Much about either of them.
Yeah.
Really.
Haven't
very
hung out
Kendrick
enough
thing
with
to say.
either of them.
That's diplomatic.
I know that Drake has been to Barangaroo, and I'm proud of that.
True.
Yeah, he
Proud
did
of
that
him.
gambling out
Yeah.
there. That was nice.
With
Yeah.
the drone
And
Yeah.
I've been to Barangaroo.
Didn't he throw a shoe off that hotel?
Yeah, that was for an ad.
for a
Everything.
gambling
It was
ad.
so obviously an ad as well. I was like, who doesn't?
Okay,
It
so I
got
didn't pick
me,
up on
yeah.
that.
It got me.
Really? As soon as I saw the acting, I'm like,
Yeah, right.
An ad for what?
for steak.
For
Yeah.
steak,
Gambling.
which he owns, right? Or-
Yeah, or part owned.
Oh, there's a guy from Melbourne.
Yeah, but he's friends with that guy.
Wow.
They're homies, hustlers together. Yeah. They make deals. Sammy, do you have another headline, or was that the?
Well, self-playing guitar. I mean, it's
Okay,
played out.
yeah. No, that's
People
fine.
have done that one.
Sorry, man.
All great ideas, though.
Thank you.
All very.
But also, just because it's been done before doesn't mean I can't do it.
No, I do try to stay a little bit original.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Enough. And unfortunately, we don't have any stunt ideas for Boy, but
That's
you know,
okay.
it's
Well,
Something where you oil up again.
yeah, oiling up's
Probably.
probably good.
Yeah, it's really like
I feel like that was effective.
it's actually quite uncreative. We just like we want to talk about a certain thing. Like, oh, we have to get naked.
Yeah,
That's
gotta
about
do it. Get the
that's about
rig
as
out.
far as the brainstorming goes.
That stunt was very annoying though, because we were hoping that we would walk in and security would be like, "Get out of here." We would say no, and immediately they would start wrestling us. That's why we thought,
But
really?
we're so
And
slippery.
We had, and then we
Style.
told our camera person, like, you need to film on like 240 FPS just in case it's like slow-mo oil on the floor. Didn't happen, and then
No
we just
one
felt
cares.
like no one cares. It's
They're all so
embarrassing.
well trained. They treated us perfectly. Like,
Damn.
I felt embarrassed.
yeah, they just made us look like a nuisance.
And then you have like an hour of 240 frames footage. It's just like a million gigs. And it's like,
Burning a hole in
God.
your
I was
hard
looking
drive.
bored.
yeah.
Guys, reminder, one word weird. What does that mean? That means one word. The word is, what was the word?
Favor.
Favor. Is there a story in your life that has to do with the word favor? What is it? Do you want some alcohol? We'll send it to you if you do it.
Go to
And
Memo FM.
Go to Memo FM.
Memo.fm.
Go to
/mates rates.
Memo.fm. Do it right now. Go to Memo.fm. Do it right now. / mates rates.
Just one quick.
Go to Memo. Sorry, Jave, don't interrupt me, please. Go to Memo.fm / mates rates. Send in your story, and you could receive one of the most amazing, the most amazing alcohol case in history, and the chance to, the guaranteed opportunity to
Have a lunch with us.
have lunch.
Alex, Alexa, will you be entering the one word weird Brookvale Union
Yeah,
competition?
we haven't gone to have lunch
course.
with you guys yet.
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
something I'd like to
And you're not
achieve.
going to get it unless you win.
Yeah.
Favor.
Favor, yeah.
I've
yeah.
never done a favor for anyone.
Had they done that for you?
No.
It could be like a sexual favor. Could be any kind of favor.
Yeah. Has someone ever
It could
given
be
you
you were like favored as like the favorite son.
I wasn't.
Oh.
I am now though.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh, I'm happy to hear that.
rich.
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, guys, send them in and have a great time.
Very good. Well, thanks for coming on. And
thanks for having us.
that ends. And as we always end on 3, can you guys just say, have a great time, guys?
To the camera?
Sure. Yeah.
Or to
Wherever you
us.
want.
Maybe
Or to
just tell
us.
us.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'll say it
Alright.
to you.
We kind of need it.
Yeah, we need it
Oh.
today.
One.
So we'll stay silent.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you guys just.
Oh,
we
Who's
count down?
counting?
You guys
you
can
guys
count down for
count.
yourself.
Oh, is
Dave
there anything
could
you want to
count.
plug
Have a great-
beforehand?
No.
No, just watch your YouTube.
Have a great day.
Yeah,
Time.
watch.
Have a great
That's perfect.
time,
Have a great
guys.
time. Yeah.
Have a great time, guys.
Guys.
Have a
Yeah.
great time, guys.
All right, give us a
Yeah.
countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Have a great time, guys.
Thanks. I needed
I'll
that.
try.
I'll try my best.